Ladies and gentlemen, the audience of International Conference in Food Chemistry and Food Microbiology 2020. Before starting my presentation, please let me introduce myself. My name is Setyajit, Setyajit. Date and place of birth is Blitar, Indonesia, 12 December 1959. Sex is male and marital status married, and my affiliation is Indonesian Center for Agriculture Post-Harvest Research and Development. This one in Bogor, Indonesia, and is under the Indonesian Agency for Agriculture Research and Development. Formal education. Elementary school, same as where I was born, is Sekolah Dasar Negeri Kotes Gandusari, Blitar. And I was finished in 1971. It's a lot of bicycle day. And then secondary school is at Sekolah Menengah Pertama Negeri Wlingi in Blitar. Start year 1974. High school is di SMPP, Sekolah Menengah Pembangunan Persiapan, Kameron, Talun Blitar, 1977. And now this place become Sekolah Menengah Atas per 1 Talun. First degree, I got first degree from Bogor Agricultural University. This one is also in Bogor. The degree is agriculture engineer and was graduated in 1982. Master degree was at the University of New South Wales in Sydney, Australia, Faculty of Applied Science. Graduated in 1989. The degree is Master of Applied Science in Food Technology. This one is a scholarship from the Australian government. Doctorate degree I got from Queensland University. It's in Queensland, Australia. And the degree is Doctor of Philosophy in Agriculture and Horticulture, year 2001. Non-formal education. Sustainable Agro Enterprise Training in 2001 is in Siarca, is UPLB in the Philippines. Then post-harvest of vegetable and fruit in Taiwan is an Agriculture Research Institute in Taichung, Taiwan. Then visiting scientist on analysis of citrus juice contaminant. This one is Queensland University, 2006. Then visiting scientists on sensory and post-harvest of fruit and vegetables in 2016 in Sirac, France. His position as the research functional assistant peneliti madya is the starting one in 1990. Then in 1992 upgraded to adjunct peneliti muda or ya adjunct young researcher. Then in 1995 adjunct peneliti madya. Then the top position of functional is 2012 as peneliti utama or scientific publication. So far I produced 132 publication totally. The publication in bahasa Indonesia is 96 and publication in English is 36. Patent. It's all national patent. I don't have any international patent. 7 is patent granted and 1 is patent still registered. So take a while to get patent granted. Supervision of student doing research is from first degree or master degree or also doctorate. Or first degree from Gajah Mada University, Bogor Agricultural University, Jakarta University, UIN, Pakuan University, and Bina Nusantara University. So for first degree is coming from different universities, many different universities, and so far I have 23 approximately. Then master degree, mostly from Bogor Agricultural University or IPB. I have had 10 students. They already graduated. Then PhD only have one from Pajajaran University. This university is in Bandung. Besides that, I also supervise research from younger researcher, is from peneliti muda and peneliti madya, and it's about 10 person. This totally is 44. Scientific organization, I have as a member. One is member of profession scientific, Himpenindo, from 2013 up to now. Then I also member of ISHS, is International Society of Horticultural Science. Yes, this one is, I think, based in Europe. This organization, and this organization of ISHS is, I think, already worldwide already. So now coming to the my presentations, the title of my presentations is Development of Fresh Handling and Processing Industry of Salad in Rural Areas for Stabilization of Salad Price in Indonesia. This talk will comprise introduction, then we're talking about the varieties of the salad, also talking about the fresh handling is in-store drying, then we also talking about the simple processing. Simple processing in here is the product can be like a dried salad, salad flour, whole salad in brine, salad in brine, and also salad paste. So many product from salad we can develop. This picture is salad. This is they put in this sack. The salad is small one, and this pack is already ready to go. This one is for direct consumption, is not for seed. This type of salad is Indonesia can cultivate to meet its requirement. So consumer in Indonesia prefer a small salad rather than the similar one, the big one, like onion. This one typical of onion. Onion, they come with many different colors, like the white one, the red one, and also the brown one. This salad is not like onion. This mostly color, only one color is the red one, and the onion is mostly utilized by Western country, but not in Indonesia. The consumer prefer onion. In Indonesia is preferred salad rather than onion. They think the salad have a stronger flavor. Okay, then we come to introduction. Again, Indonesian prefer salad Allium ascalonico, lean rather than onion, Allium cepa, lean. So it's actually quite different type of product, but sometimes if the size is particularly for the red onion and the size is small one is quite similar. This very important commodities in Indonesia besides garlic and chilies. So unavailability in the market, particularly the fresh one, would all of sudden increase the price of salad in the market. So market is start from farmer. It's very long, sometimes very long chain. Start from farmer and then a collector, then the big trader, and then central market, can be long like that, and then to the consumer. end consumer. So in Indonesia, salad is mainly being used for spices, and so far is the biggest one is for spices, even though in small portion maybe salad also used for traditional medicine. Let's come back to the price of salad. The increased price of salad would increase the price of other commodities. The salad is the commodity that inducing inflation in Indonesia. It's to me actually a bit strange, eh? Oh, why only spices but can induce national inflation, and very rapidly, then all the price of commodities in the market is increased following the increase of salad. Uh, Beside this season, like rainy season and then dry season is affected the availability of salad. It's also uh, also the disease sometimes attacking the plant in the field. Varieties. Here is some varieties produced by Indonesian Vegetable Research Institute in Lembang, West Java. Among the varieties is kuning, Keramat-2, Trisula, Pancasona, Maja Cipanas, Pikatan, Cembrani, Mentes, and Katumi. All these varieties is available at Indonesian IVAGRI, Indonesian Vegetable Research Institute. And among the varieties, we don't put the picture here, but there is a local but already stable variety is a Bima Brebes, so is cultivated in Brebes, mostly in Brebes. Uh, but now from Brebes, the Bima variety is spread out to everywhere to the national level, and so far then a farmer mostly prefer Bima. So among these varieties, kuning is very good for processing actually. Kuning could yield powder yield the highest compared to the other varieties. Thus the kuning is uh, similar to Sumenep. Sumenep is processing varieties in Indonesia, but Sumenep got smaller bulk, so it's very difficult to handle compared uh, to kuning. However, in the farmer still not planting the kuning, uh, is it because kuning uh, produce susceptible to some disease is what the farmer say. Then also for processing, finally gu- we use still Bima because the processing variety is very difficult to find in the field. So we come to the fresh handling technique of salad, Allium muscaronicum, link. The picture there, the top one is the the farmer is harvested the salad, and then dry it at the on the field to get the dry, very dry. It took sometimes can be 9 days in the field, and they uh, they put like that, then they put upside down, make the bunch bigger or something like that. This one in location in Brebes, and in Brebes is I think 40,000 hectares. 30% of the requirement of Indonesia is coming from this place. Cultivation is not all the time is planted or salad, but sometimes the farmer also planted rice in turn with salad. Once again, this one is the salad, but actually salad in a Brebes, they kind of uh, planted all year round, and losses is 20 to 40%, and loss is due to rotten and sprouting. So sometimes can be very high in losses. Sprouting is at the picture there, we can see the sprouting, and then also the rotten one. So we need the trying innovation to get the high quality and long storage life. Of course, if it is uh, still very high moisture content, then it's not very long storage life. Drying and storage of salad. So there is two topic actually. One is the drying one, and the second one is the storage one. The drying we simply can use the sun drying traditionally, or artificial drying with using electricity, gas, biomass as a source of energy. Then also the hybrid one, and this one is from sun drying and some artificial one. So take them. This one is normally have to get a very high quality product. Moisture content of salad is about 83%. Then beside drying, we also need storage. Uh, Storage can be in the room, approximately in room temperature in Indonesia is 2 months or 12 with a 25% loss. Or can be stored in store dryer, in store dryer storage. That is currently is not preferable, or can be in the cold chain or in the cool room. Approximately 3 months with the 5 degrees C temperature storage. Then cold chain, modified atmosphere packaging, uh, also for approximately the same 3 months. But then control atmosphere storage can be 6 months. Okay. At least the provider is claim for 6 months of storage. Okay, then this one is design of in-store drying. Design of in Brebes, the biggest center of production in Indonesia is about 40,000 hectares. Another centers of production in Nganjuk is Java, the Bima, West Nusa Tenggara, also in Rekang in South Sulawesi. There are many islands in Indonesia, so there is transportation sometimes a bit difficult because so many islands have to pass the sea, and also one center in Sumatra, we call it Alan Panjang in West Sumatra. So in the in-store drying, there is a ball window, this design, and is from the front, and then also there is a rack design inside the in-store drying. It's actually quite like home, but there is also a window, also a door, also, but there is also a wall wind on the roof. The next picture is actually if you see a very traditional one, is the white one. Is one of the example of in-store drying. It developed by the farmer, and the bottom one is a salad inside the on the rack inside the in-store dryer. So the losses can be minimized from 20% to become 10%, and storage life is longer from 4 weeks to become 2 and 3 months. This one was built in a farmer group, or Tunas Harapan farmer group, and it's a long time ago, but was very effective at the time, this technology. So this stove, traditional stove, is for producing hot air to be introduced inside to the in-store dryer to get a very low relative humidity. So this one is about talking about the speed of air movement, and the air movement between centrifugal is on the left hand side, and then blower axial. But actually the blower axial is more effective, far more effective compared to the axial one. So this one is comparison between farmer system using sun drying, all sun drying, and in-store drying. from the parameter like moisture content or rotten one or broken weight loss, firmness is along the in-store is much better. And when using the in-store, the first type model of in-store is can be tried at 4 days, but for farmers is can be not mostly 6 days. And if it is rain, then farmer using plastic to cover the salad, and dry is about 9 days. The weight loss is farmer got a bigger weight loss compared to the in-store. Then the firmness also almost the same. Next one is also the quality, physical quality after drying. So in traditional one, this one is mostly for storage for salad for seed. Is the price of seed is much higher compared to the price of consumption consumption salad. Uh, and they leave the dried leaf over there and just pop in the rack, and also you can see the sprouting there uh, sometime. Okay, now come to the next generation, which is drying hybrid in purpose. This new generation of solar dryer with using biomass, is wood or rice husk. You see the top building is the top picture is you can see from outside, and then inside this there is a rack there, but instead made of bamboo or wood, they made of uh, metal. And there is also a generator for produce electricity to make the blower moving. And you see the big stove to get a very high volume of hot air. And at the left hand side you see the drying of salad with There are also modern control atmosphere storage by PT Pura, and this one is for salad capacity is about 16 ton for one unit. So it's very big one. And equilibrium very long time is at least 2 days. So on this one we manage very mechanical ones. There is a bucket there, something like that. So this control atmosphere unit is they sell it for commercial one, and also they rent it for people who need one, particularly farmer. And the claim is losses is 10% so far, in storage for 3 months with 10% maximum. So the real capacity is lower, whilst for rugol or no leaves can be 13 tons when for with leaf is lower. Okay, then we come to the simple processing. The simple processing comprised of dried salad, salad powder, whole salad in brine, sliced salad in brine, salad paste, and fried salad. So they all of the product so far we can find in the society. Then we can see the industrial tree of salad, which this is the salad plants. Then there is a leaf, there is a bulb, and there is also a skin. Or skin can be used for compost, also for biomass. Then the bulb can be used for seed and consumption. So there's many products there. Uh, there is some also oleoresin produce. So salad in Indonesia is uh, normally using the off-grid one for processing, because the high quality one we use for fresh market, and this one is also produce value added. So the simple product one is marketed as billet, and then they marketed. This one is benefit for processing, save the product during the season, longer storage life. There is product when not in season, smaller density or easier to transport, added value, and reduce fresh losses. So modern society now is also need practical and fast cooking, also for spices. Thus, processed salad is prospective now to be developed. So far, only 15 to 20% now are processed in Indonesia, and that's just because people is not get used, is need socialization. The massive one. So it's actually salad is also have functional or chemical like quercetin as an antioxidant, anthocyanin, and total phenol. But so far we not produce that one much. So in the processing experiment, we use working with students from universities also, and this type of working in laboratory, then in get formula, pattern, scale up, then scale up the field, then we patent in the technology. Okay, this one is one of the very example. This response surface methodology for making whole salad in brine. So we use citric acid, uh, and then sodium chloride, and then heat. This one, then we go like formula for response surface methodology. Okay, in this experiment, the what the quality been analysis, been analyzed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the product. So formula 4 and formula 10 is actually perspective is from uh, uh, almost every parameter. But then this experiment formula 10 is been chosen. This one is pH analysis. Oh, sorry. So you can see the chart there is no peak actually, but is also in water activity. In water activity, also no peak. So it's mean no peak, or the less use is the better. Then we come to this the range is quite high. Total soluble solid, also no peak. So again, we choose the smallest use of the chemical. It's also no peak. The total plate count, but the lower or the better. Chroma method result, also no peak. Antioxidant ranging from 132 to 132 to 231 part per million. This was is inhibition of the free radical. Andocyanate, again no peak. PRS, also no peak. And this is the optimum condition for making the product. Okay, this desirability from optimum formula. Then we are now have the technology to produce to make a product, and then we put the scale up in the field. This one is typical of salad-based production, and you see the salad pressed from whole salad. Okay, and this one is preference test in the hotel or culinary one. Then techno-economic analysis of salad paste. Maximum price is 50,000 rupiah per kg. Then we can sell for 30,000 rupiah. Already got profit 30%. So this one dried product, sliced dried product. This one is the small scale products. You see there peeling and then chopping. This is a dryer, spinner, and you can also put in the deep fryer. These are the typical of traditional chopping. This one by machine, and this one in the kitchen. This one is for making a powder. Then this one is a tunnel dryer. Okay, this one the dried product, or red chili and dried red chili and dried salad. This one the economic one. from how to make a dried one. Dried, we also produce the fried one. So a bit expensive, but if we produce a very high one, or high capacity one, maybe the price can be cheaper. Yes, that's all my presentation. Thank you very much, and stay safe.